So one book that was recommended to me was called Newsletter. Let's get this right. It's called Newsletter Ninja, and it's by Tammi Labrecque. Hope I've said her last name correctly. With a foreword by David Gilgren, and I hope I've said his name correctly too. And this is actually a pretty good book. So if you have a look at the table of contents here, a lot of this book is kind of more about like a framework of setting up author newsletters. So she's got like the usual stuff about why you need a mailing list. And what's interesting is she also has a whole section on her mailing list philosophy, which I found really helpful because it just really helps contextualize what you're meant to actually do with a mailing list. One thing I've really struggled with is going, okay, so I've got my website, I've got an Instagram, I've got a Facebook page, I've got a YouTube channel, I've got this email newsletter. What am I doing with all of these different platforms, and what kind of content should I be posting on all of these things? And creating all of this content is actually really time consuming and constantly takes away from time to work on the next book. So when I was first starting out, it was really, really hard to figure out what to go on different platforms. And to be honest, what I'm doing on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and my website for the most part, is it's just the same content, but just kind of finessed slightly differently for each of the platforms. And so I basically create the same weekly piece of content, which is a new Chinese character, and looking at the etymology and the origins of that character and how you actually write that character. And I just post that same content to 4 different places, essentially. So in terms of time per week that it takes me to do that engagement piece, it's probably a couple of hours, and the most time consuming bit is always the illustration part of it. Filming's pretty quick, editing's pretty quick, doing the actual posts is also pretty quick, but the art just takes forever. So artists out there who are making a living doing art, props to you guys, much respect, because I literally don't know how you guys do such complicated art that quickly every single week. It's kind of really overwhelming. Like, my art is pretty simple and it still takes me forever. Anyway, so with my newsletter, I have made what Tammi calls like the most basic mistake of newsletters, which is that I generally only email my list when I've got like something for them to buy, which, as she describes in this book, is a really bad idea because it's just like the only reason people ever get an email from you is when you want them to buy stuff, which is kind of the wrong way to go about cultivating and building a newsletter. So I really recommend reading her book in full because it's just full of really great stuff. But the essence of what her newsletter philosophy is you're building a relationship between the people who have signed up for your list and you. And when she kind of framed it in those terms, it was a little bit less intimidating. And the way she describes the objective for the newsletter is you're trying to create super fans, essentially. So people who are just fans of you personally because they feel like they have a relationship with you, and therefore they're going to want to buy every single book or anything else that you publish. And so the way to build that up is you've kind of got to make sure you're delivering value in every single newsletter, things that are going to be helpful for them in their lives. And Tammi also, I think, she's got like a specific ratio for how much give to take you should be putting in your newsletters. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's at least like 4-1, something like that. Might even be 10-1 kind of ratio. So highly recommend this book, but let's dive in and figure out what I am actually going to do with my newsletter this time. So a lot of the early chapters here are about how to actually set up your list in terms of, and she gets really deep into the technical stuff about like setting up a whole conditional funnel of automated emails and things like that, and the purpose of all the different emails you should have, and even an entire onboarding sequence for your list. And honestly, it's quite overwhelming, and at some point I actually need to sit down and redo all of my entire email funnel, because I definitely have not gone through everything that she's described. But for now, I am really conscious that I have not sent out an email to my list, so I'm going to go into there and click into, let's see, this, I think it was this building relationships chapter. So what I kind of wanted to do, and initially I wanted to send out a newsletter before Mid-Autumn Festival, which was the 3rd week of September, but I just I did not get there. And so it's a really significant holiday in terms of Chinese culture, but it's like it's kind of the thing where, like, if you don't live in Hong Kong or China or Taiwan, it's kind of like not as massive a thing as it used to be. And particularly in Sydney, we've been, under lockdown and everything like that. So a lot of the traditional celebrations that we do have every year, like a line dance parade and, other festivals like that, we just haven't been able to have them. So it's been, like, honestly pretty low key, but there's like traditional stuff that you eat in terms of mooncakes and things like that. So I don't even know if I want to say anything about that apart from, like, hope you had a happy Mid-Autumn Festival. I might just make some bullet points here before I actually try to turn this into prose, because I just kind of need to think of what I actually want to say. So let's see. So one thing that Tammi recommends is to ask really good questions. So good questions, open-ended, don't have a right answer, free of bias. All right, positive in tone, encourage longer and more specific answers, are relevant to what we write about. Address topics that people can get excited about. All right, so if I think of my sections, I need to have a Mid-Autumn Festival section. I need to have a thought-provoking discussion, encouraging question in there. Let's see, what else am I gonna have? All right, so then she's got the section on being authentic. So a lot of this section is kind of like about, personal life and what exact, and she's kind of said, like, it depends on how open you want to be with your personal life. So let's see. So kind of will be sharing a little bit about that here, but I guess it doesn't hurt to share another thing. So something that has been on my mind lately. All right, so there's that. What else? What else can we do? All right, so let's go into this delivering value chapter. All right, so here's that bit about the give to ask ratio. Yeah, so she doesn't specify a specific one, actually. Right. Don't be spammy, give them what they want. Okay. All right. So basically interesting stuff that they've seen. So I have actually seen a bunch of interesting stuff here. So a lot of stuff that's relevant gets posted on Facebook because everybody in my niche, or most of the target market, is on Facebook. So let's see. I think I saved it over here. Yep. Okay, so I think I might do a Pokemon roundup because we have been watching a lot of Pokemon here. Okay, so I think that's probably enough. I don't want to send too much in there. Yeah, so I might end with the thought-provoking question. So that's the September newsletter. That's the plan. Oh goodness, and I had like a bunch of other stuff as well. Something that I've included in previous newsletters is like reviews of other kids' books. So I can do maybe a kids' book review. We haven't actually read any other. Oh no, that's a lie. Actually, we have done. There was actually a book that came out on Google Play, which is from somebody else in this particular niche. And it is actually free through to, I think, the end of this month. That is actually probably a good thing. Let's see. And I did buy it because it was free. So, free book until the yes, Learn to Speak Cantonese too. This one. About this book. See details. Here we go. All right, so this is free until, when is it? What I don't like about these links is like often you can't see the price here until like, yeah, free ebook. I kind of remember, yeah, so this author, I kind of remember her posting in the Facebook group and saying that, hey guys, I've put out my book for free until about the end of October. So let's check that. Bad day to do this when Facebook is down. Oh my. Oh, come on. Here we go. All right. So, let's see. I think she did post this under her name. Jade free book. No, really? Oh. Yeah, I can't tell if this is Facebook malfunctioning or actually just the fact that Facebook has been down, and so it's kind of not really working. All right, we're gonna do this the old way, I guess, which is to just manually scroll through until we find that post, because I don't want to get any of the details wrong. All right, while that is loading, I'm gonna have a think about my October newsletter, because I do want to get into the habit of at least sending a newsletter once a month. Tammi actually recommends in her book that you should be sending weekly newsletters, which I'm just like, oh my goodness, that is just too much. I can't, I don't know how anybody can send weekly newsletters. Maybe they're like really short newsletters, to be honest, but I'm just like, doing a weekly newsletter on top of the weekly Instagram stuff is just, it's a little bit much for me at the moment. I think what I'd ideally like to do is set aside like a day or a half day and just kind of plan out all of my newsletter content for a year in terms of the format and things like that. But I'm just like, oh, like this is just too much at the moment. Batching content is probably something that can work really well for newsletters, but I'm not sure that it necessarily works that well for everything else. And to some extent, I kind of think like stuff does happen week to week, so it's kind of nice to send timely and relevant stuff as well. Oh my goodness, where is this? I did see this. Where is it? here we go. All right, so yes, there was that article. So there was this New Yorker article by Jenny Liao about forgetting first your first language, and there was a YouTube podcast thing that somebody else in this book. Oh, here it is. So Jade Wu. So this is Learn to Speak Cantonese 2, free book until 2410. So upper beginners and intermediate learners. All right, so let's see. I've actually bought this and not read it yet, so I should probably have a quick look at that first to figure out how much you can follow it if you're somebody like me who can't actually read Cantonese, can't actually read Chinese, sorry, because yeah, like it's just kind of a struggle. So let's see. What have other people said here? Oh, hang on. This is probably something good to include. All right, so it's a free book until this. Accompanying soundtracks here, right? Here we go. I'm gonna grab the link to the New York article, and we're gonna grab the podcast link as well. Okay, so what else? What else is interesting and has come up? So there's been like a lot of stuff that comes up in this group. I think that's probably enough here. For this, I might actually share my comic. So I sometimes post little comics on my Instagram, which I was gonna do this kind of like regularly, but it's kind of been a bit more ad hoc, honestly. Oh, because there's just like too much to do. So all right, so here's the link to my particular comic. What I found is just to kind of set a minimum standard that I need to meet for kind of my engagement, and just kind of like not be too hard on myself if I don't hit that every week, because otherwise I am literally going to go crazy from trying to meet all of these deadlines. So, right, there's that. And then let's see, October newsletter at the same time as well. So for October, one of the things I want to start doing is pushing the Cantonese English journal that I've got. Amazon has finally shipped that proof to me yesterday. So I think with how shipping is going internationally at the moment, it's probably going to get here sometime in the next 2 weeks. So timing another newsletter for like the end of October / early November is probably good timing. At this point, I should just be honest that this is going to be the October newsletter, to be honest. And this is probably going to be the November newsletter. So I want to have a thing about journaling in Chinese and English. So things I want to share is just the idea and the habit. I probably want to do a longer YouTube video on this as well, which that's going to be a next month thing. And I need to do a link to the Amazon product page for the journal. Then one thing I do want to do is I do want to have a I want to have a lower price for the launch, because I think I priced it at like $20, which is like pretty good for the length of the book that it is, and I might want to put that up later. I don't know, I might just think about that. All right, so one thing I want to do is like the journaling in Chinese English kind of stuff. Oh, I should put in something about the Asian grocery online stuff, because I've had a lot of trouble finding online Asian groceries, like, and a lot of them are starting to deliver now, which is great. Okay, so put that bullet point there. You know what? I might maybe do a question about COVID, honestly. Or like the working, studying from home thing. Those are kind of good. So then next month, I probably want to do a review of some sort. Maybe I will have seen Shang-Chi by then. Don't know. I could actually maybe do a review of movie review, either Over the Moon or Wish Dragon. We've seen Over the Moon. We have not seen Wish Dragon. You know what? I might flag it as Wish Dragon, simply because Over the Moon will be a kind of thing that like a nice movie review to do ahead of Mid-Autumn Festival next year. All right, and then my mom has actually been super inspired, and she started her own YouTube channel, which is about Cantonese opera. So I might do my mom's Cantonese opera YouTube channel, which she's targeting elderly folk, basically. She's posting one video a week at the minute, so if I send it out in November, that'll just give her time to kind of have a few more videos up, which will be nicer. And at that point, if I send it out, people will probably be more encouraged to check out the channel, and hopefully they can find it useful. Let's see, I do want to sneak peek at illustrations. I do kind of want to do a sneak peek at book 2 illustration. I have got some stuff that I've posted on Instagram before. It was not really well received on Instagram, I would say, probably because the demographic is so different. So at the minute, I think I'm gonna save more of like the behind the scenes stuff for my newsletter, presumably because those people are like more engaged since they actually gave me their email. Okay, and then, oh yes, there was like a study on the parents' level of command over the target language that came out a while ago. That was very interesting. So I might theme the November newsletter around that, I think. So reference the actual study, and I want to reference some other YouTube channels and IG accounts that post like kind of vocab for adults. And all right, that looks like a fairly reasonable outline for this kind of thing. So let's try and write the prose version of this, and then I've got to get all of these things ready. So okay, so let me think. So I'm going to start off with a fairly casual hey, insert name. Hope you and your family had a happy Mid-Autumn Festival. Oh yes, Asian Grocer Online was the place that I used. They were great, honestly. Ikea Supermarket was the other one. We had a fairly low-key celebration here in Sydney, as we're well into our 4th month of extended lockdown. What case numbers? The worst part of lockdown. The worst part of lockdown is that, which has included fairly tough restrictions. No, you know what? I won't elaborate too much on this. Oh, and this is why writing takes forever for me, because I literally have trouble with just writing. I edit as I write. Okay, so I'm gonna try really hard to not do that. All right, so the worst part of lockdown is that we do not have a local Asian grocery store. We run out of frozen Asian snacks like mantou and silver thread bun, bao. Let's see, we ran. Being in a small apartment, we don't have a lot of freezer space, so we ran out of our supply of frozen Asian goods quite quickly. Fortunately, a lot of Asian groceries in Sydney have finally started doing online orders and delivery. I wasn't organized enough to get our mooncake delivered in time, but the arrival of much various snacks, a long way to satisfying our Asian snack cravings. That is a terribly written paragraph that I will need to go back and fix. Okay, so I think these guys actually have an Instagram somewhere. I don't know about the other place. Okay, so that's the Mid-Autumn Festival stuff. Next thing, a while ago I posted this YouTube video expressing my frustration about why it's really tough to raise a bilingual child to speak your native language when you so many commenters didn't seem to believe it was possible to forget your native language and simply blamed the parents for not speaking their native language at home. let's see. That's why when Jenny Liao's article came out in the New Yorker, it resonated with me so much. I'm fortunate that my parents were persistent enough in cultivating a home environment where speaking Cantonese was the default. So I can converse with them. However, it's really easy to imagine maybe that's too much. I don't know. What else can I say? If you're interested in digging into this more, you can check out this discussion over here on this YouTube podcast from, I don't actually know what the channel name is. Let's have a quick look. RDV Talks Cantonese. RDV Talks Cantonese. Let's see. What do they do on their channel? I think it's just like a weekly podcast at the minute. Oh my goodness, everything's so slow at the moment. I can't tell if it's my internet or if it's just like oh, sorry. I can't tell if it's my internet or if it's actually oh wow, okay, they have not completed the about page. All right, so it looks like it's a Cantonese talk show, and like everything here is in Cantonese. Current affairs, parenting, chillaxing. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, they do have quite a lot of videos. It seems like it's been going on for a while. Okay, all right, started 6 months ago. All right, so I might throw that in here. One thing I've been struggling to do is to have a more immersive Cantonese home environment. I often struggle to find I don't listen to much Cantonese. Most of the media I consume is in English. All of my favorite books, music, and movies are in English. And so let's see, what else can I say? See how far of course I am getting from my outline. Oh my goodness. One of the really useful things that I did think Tammi included in her book was to advise you that as you're writing a newsletter, like pretend you're writing it to a friend. So let me think about this. This was like a monthly email from me to my friend, like how would I phrase this? I would probably, so like this paragraph is a little bit awkward. The other, so let me put the COVID thing in here. The other huge struggle for me has been trying to work from home without the daycare. With the case numbers being so high in our area and lots of delays in the vaccine rollout, we've kept our daughter at home since September. Since, you know what, I actually don't remember when I started keeping her home. You know what, it would have been a while ago because I posted this on Instagram. So I might link that. So wow, it's actually been 4 months now. Insert Instagram post. This one. Even now with vaccination rates going up, I'm not entirely comfortable sending her back to daycare. While there are no vaccines available for children under 12 as yet. I don't even. The worst part is all of the uncertainty around what happens next year when she is supposed to start primary school. Right now, I'm debating whether we should keep her at home for the remainder of the year, since there's not actually all that much time left. What would you do? Yeah, actually, that's probably my good thought-provoking question, since I think everybody probably has an opinion on this. If you were me, what would you do? Would really. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll just do 3 things. 3 things. Yeah. I think 3 things are kind of enough. As you can. All right, so that's probably a really nice segue into the sneak peek at book 2. So as you can imagine, progress on book 2 has been pretty slow as a result, but I am currently at about the halfway mark. Here are a couple of sneak peeks at some of the illustrations. At this stage, it looks like book 2 will be coming out early next year, early 2022. I will be looking for beta readers and early reviewers once I've completed the first draft, so keep an eye on your inbox for the sign up invitation. I never know how to do sign-ups newsletters. Okay, so let's see what else. What else can I do? Okay, I think that's probably the bulk of the email. I'm just gonna have a think about going back and cleaning this up. So let's see. Hope you and your family had a happy Mid-Autumn Festival. Ours was fairly low-key. As we're well into our 4th month of extended lockdown here in Sydney. Honestly, without a local Asian grocery store, being in a small apartment and not without a local grocery store, without a local Asian grocery, we ran out of our we ran low on supplies pretty quickly. Fortunately, you know what? I think I can say this differently. So being in a small apartment and living in a suburb with predominantly Europe, with low Asian population, you know what? That skews, that is, that has a high population of residents with Italian and European heritage. We ran low on our Asian groceries pretty quickly. Fortunately, let's think about this. How can I phrase this better? Fortunately, Asian groceries have finally started popping up, and we were able to get let's see, get our fix from Asian grocer online. And Nike supermarket. Whilst wasn't organized enough to get our mooncake in time, but the arrival of a deep fried fish skin with truffle and salted egg yolk. And was it Thai cake? I need to go look this up because these snacks were legitimately delicious. Where is that? Snacks. Oh, I think it was bestsellers. Life items. Let's see. Oh, no, sold out. No. Fish skin. Let's see, was it this one? Truffle fish skin. No, I think it was this one. These truffle fish skin with salted egg yolk. Made up for it. Okay. That's much better first paragraph. You know what? I'll keep that as a first grading line. Ours was fairly low key as we're well into our 4th month of extended lockdown here in Sydney, being in a small apartment, living in a suburb. In a suburb with where you know what? I'm just gonna put a non-Asian suburb. We ran low on our. Maybe I'll put that in quote marks. Finally. Asian staples is probably what I want to say. You know what? I don't know if I want to post this stuff here. I might move this into the next one because that is going to give me a little bit more time to look at the YouTube podcast, I think. But I do want to post this thing about the book at the minute. This is what it looks like. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh, this is quite long. A lot of this is in. Oh, hang on. Here's a table. This is good. All right. So. Okay, so this is interesting. It really is a vocabulary book. Okay, so all right, this is actually pretty useful. It's really a vocabulary book. I wouldn't say that it's a storybook, but there are some writing exercises in here. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Is she on Amazon? Learn to speak in Cantonese. I think she is. I remember seeing this when I was doing my Amazon keyword. So probably is here. All right, so I think I'm going to write I might actually write like a short little review thing for it, y'all. So, all right, so I might close with the daycare thing and the book to update. For months. For us has been working from home without without a daycare. You know what? I don't need to specify this. The pressure of trying to get the pressure of, you know what? Do I need to repeat this? Maybe I don't. The pressure of trying to get everything on my to-do list done whilst not being a bad parent has been slowly driving me insane. Thanks to the and I only have one kid. I literally do not know how people with more than one kid surviving who are schooling from home or surviving. I've got the flexibility of running my own business and only having one preschooler. All right, so even now with New South Wales starting to reopen, I'm not in after and when vaccination rates are only at 70% or so. Next year, everybody being at home is restful, but the alternative seems worse. After all, there's not that many weeks left in the year, and she's supposed to start primary school next year. That's in 2021. Right now, we're debating if we should keep her at home. Or send her back to daycare. Let's see. I think I can get this paragraph even more succinct. So everybody being at home is stressful, but the alternative seems worse. There's a lot of screen time. She's been binging all of Donut and Meow. And distracted parenting, which is less than ideal for education. All right. My daughter back to daycare. That's only 70% or so. Hit reply and let me know because I could really use some advice. Okay. Yeah, I think that's better. Having this explicit call to action is a lot better. And according to Tammi, replies are golden and help with deliverability of newsletters. So that is probably something I wouldn't have done if I hadn't actually read her book. Okay, so and chat next time. Okay, so I think that is it. Oh, now I want to include this other snack that was really good. Instant meals. Snacks. Where was it? Frozen. Restaurant range. Hopefully they still have it because this was really good. Where did it go? Nope. Hot dog. It was like, yes, this. Cheese and sausage hot dog, 3 pack. This snack is so delicious. And we used to go to a little place in Darling Harbour which had these, and we can't get there because of lockdown. And the Mr. Hot Dog. Next. Okay. All right. So I think that's pretty good. All right. So let's try and get this into. Let's try and get this into the template. Because taking all of the content and laying out in the newsletter template is actually so time consuming. It's actually more time consuming than I thought it would be, especially because I end up having to tweak things a lot to make sure that it doesn't get like cut off in Gmail or something, because like Gmail often cuts off the newsletter after like a certain number of characters, and sometimes I can't tell whether like it's just evaluating based on the length of the text and image content, or whether it's actually looking at all of the HTML content. I have a feeling it's actually the HTML content, but yeah, we'll see. So I just remember the last time I sent out my launch newsletter, I had to tweak it like 10 times before it actually went out. and I was happy with it. So let's see. Oh my goodness, what was I trying to sign in with? Oh, that's right. Let's check what my actual login is. Oh yes, I remember. I signed in with my Google account. Honestly, I need to figure out a better system of organizing my logins. It's actually getting to be pretty overwhelming. But that, along with organizing my files, is a job for another day. All right, log in. Come on. Okay. Cool. So, here we go. We are now logged in, and I'm going to go to templates. I think I have a template set up for this already. I may want to tweak it a little bit, but I think it's probably good enough for now. Oh my goodness, things are so slow today. All right, come on. Come on. All right, let me try and think. While that's going, I might be able to look through my iPad and just kind of think about which pages of the interior art I'm going to give them. I haven't exactly decided. I want to give them like some fairly nice pages. You know what? I think there are 3 pages that might be quite good to give them. So I'm going to share these as pings. Oh no, I went to pings. I'll share these as JPEGs. The pings will just be a really massive file size. So to my computer. All right, I do have templates set up. Book launch. I might want to do I don't want to do a book launch template. I might do a new template and call it regular email, something like that. Let's have a look at how big these pages are. So I think I did actually start a newsletter file. Yes, I did. Okay, so I'm gonna title this lockdown. Let's move those over here. So these are all pretty big. So I actually want to make those a little bit smaller. So let's convert these into a smaller file size. Okay, so I'm going to put these back in the same directory. Here we go. And we're going to do file name. Low res. That's good enough. All right, settings. 80. Oh yes, let's not crop, but maybe let's resize the image. So resize, and we might make this percent. So we might make it maybe 50%. Wonder how big those files are going to be. All right, so yeah, that's a lot better. Like a couple of 100 kilobytes. That's good. All right, and let's do text. Oh, I can do text. Oh, hang on. Okay, let's put some text in. Book to sneak peek. My wide and wondrous world. Book 2. sneak peek. Where are we putting this? Unit, points, position, top left, text, aspect, rotation, 45 degrees, text. Ooh, all right. I'm going to do this font. 200. Wow, where is this text going? Majestic. Ah, yeah. Majestic image width. No. Fill. Oh, there we go. No, I do not want that. Text. Color. Here we go. So the color, I think I want to pick maybe like a light gray. So clearly, I think maybe I want a rotation like this way. No, 270. Oh no, maybe 335. Yeah. Okay, so 120. How's that? Yes, alignment, center. That looks pretty good. I don't need that, I don't think. Position. So X margin 50 maybe from the left, and let's say 200 from the top. What does that look like? Ooh, not quite. See how fiddly this is? This is so fiddly. Come on. Yep, okay. That looks good. I might move it over a little bit more. And I might actually have to make the text a dark gray. How's that? That's a little much. What if I make that kind of slightly transparent? Yeah, that's a little better. That's a little better. Okay, so then aspect, shadow, border. What does this even do? Oh no. I don't want to do that. Okay, all right. I think that's pretty good. What else? Can I kind of like do this as like a page, like on a background kind of thing? Posterize? No, that's not what I want. Posterize, I think, is when you take like a whole image and chop it up into smaller pieces so you can actually print it. Filter. Nope. Miscellaneous. Border 3D. Offset oil painting. What? Spread. What does that do? I do not know what this does. Ooh, no, I do not want that. All right. I think maybe I'll add a border, 3D border to this. That might just kind of help have it like kind of pop out a little bit more. Well, that kind of looks really weird though. I might have to like export this and then like kind of run it through Canva again, which I don't really want to do because that's annoying, but okay. All right, I will do that because it's just going to, I think, have a slightly better result. All right, so we've done that. Now let's move back over here. Oh, regular newsletter. This is like quite possibly the most inefficient way to work because I'm just bouncing around so many tasks at once. Oh, I don't want to customize any of this yet. Regular newsletter. Title. Preview text. Insert preview text. Yep. Advanced options. No, I think I'm going to leave all of that. Add a tag. I need to go through more of Tammi's early chapters before I can figure out how I'm going to do this. Clear. Okay, so we are going to go next step. While it's thinking about that, oh, Chrome is just frozen. That's great. Fine. Here we go. Canva. We're gonna go over to Canva and create just like one graphic to put in the newsletter. What I'm thinking right now is I might try and make like a square graphic, in which case I don't even know if I necessarily need those images watermarked. I might not, because I can kind of put it together all in one graphic. So I might disable this at the moment and just run like a no watermark version. Oh, there is a bug in this particular program, in that I think if you don't go through this dialog to select a folder, it doesn't like to convert it. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's hop over here and we're going to create a Instagram post. I think I'll use this template just because it is going to be kind of big enough to convey the idea, and at some point I might want to post this on Instagram. Don't know. Maybe when I get closer to finishing the book. I feel like Instagram posts are kind of like a bit, you know, upload. Let's see. So I'm going to come over here and pick up these no watermark versions to start. I want to kind of find like a nice background for it. Graphics, I think. Let's see. I maybe want some paint splatters. These are all like a little too much though. Yeah, maybe I'll go like this and I'll kind of make that. Can I make this? No, I can't make this the background, but I'm kind of make this like big, and then I can change this to because let's see, the pages are going to be white, so I want to have maybe like not a white background. So I think let's go back here and we're going to use that for the background. So this is kind of generally the predominant color I like to use in most of my branding. And then I might pick like a quite bright kind of color for, maybe not. I don't know if it's going to be like a little too much, but we'll see. Okay, so I now have my spreads here. So I'll put that like there. What size am I making this? So 685 looks like a kind of a good size. This. Oops, I've already done that page. Maybe 650. It's like, that's kind of not stacking all that neatly. So maybe if I kind of shove it a little bit closer to the edges. 315, maybe 315 high. And what is this doing? Yeah, okay. All right, that kind of looks like a good distribution. And let's see, shadows. And we'll do angle, lift. Curved. Oh, curved actually looks really nice. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay. All right, so I might kind of tilt this a little bit just so there's like a little bit of like, I don't know, a quirky feel to it. I feel like when stuff is like too straight, it doesn't look that good. So, or it's more like it kind of like, it's not as dynamic. I think that's the word I'm using. So I can probably, you know what, I can probably make this a little bit bigger. Just because these two pages don't really have anything. 720. And I kind of do want to keep these all roughly the same size. I don't want like any one page necessarily given more prominence than another. Oh, they like, sometimes this is really frustrating in Canva, having to do this. Okay, so what I want to think about is whether I do want pages overlapping each other. Maybe not necessarily. So if I think about how the eye is drawn to all of these things, like that kind of looks okay. I could play around with this a little bit more in having this down here, maybe this stacked over here, and then tilting that a little bit, and maybe doing something like that. Although then like that page kind of gets cut off, so it would almost be like doing the spreads this way. See, if I do this, I can make this a little bit bigger. $835, $835. Okay, so I can kind of do like that. Which is nice, I think. Let me make this a little straighter so you can see that, and stack that maybe like that. And so if I kind of like look at these side by side, like this top one looks a little bit better. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Now let's get some text onto here. I'm gonna add a heading. Yeah, I'm gonna add a heading. Book to sneak peek. And put this up here. And I will make it white just to go with everything else. And I might give it a little bit of a lift from the background like that. Yeah, maybe. There's a lot of white on this actually, which makes me wonder if I should. No, I think I'll leave it. Unless, is there like a sneak peek graphic I can, nope. Sometimes Canva has like these pre-built elements which are nice, but it's kind of like a hit or miss to find whether it works. And I do not have the pro version, so yeah, I would, yeah, most of this is like you got to pay for it. That's kind of a nice idea. No, I think I'll leave it. So yeah, you don't need to know which pages are there. Would this look nicer if it was on top? Maybe ish. Yeah, sort of. Okay, I might go with that. That's kind of nice. All right, so I'm gonna download this. Oh, come on. And we can then whack it into the newsletter. Okay, so Sendinblue does have a new editor here, which I haven't used yet. When I first set this up, they were still on the old classic drag and drop editor, which it's kind of okay. It's probably a little clunkier than the new editor, but it kind of does the job. So here, what I'm thinking is, because I have 3 sections, I just kind of want like a very simple section 1, section 2, section 3 kind of thing, and each section just kind of has like one main visual image to focus on. I don't want to get too complicated with this, because the more complicated it is, the less likely I'm going to do this on a regular basis. I'm sorry guys, I don't know why my internet is so slow. I blame it on our really poorly constructed national broadband network. No, it is not liking this. Oh, hang on. No, here we go. All right, we're up. So, this is your headline. I do not like having a massive thing here to start, because I already feel like we've got that with the logo. So, also don't really like these blocks here, because it's like I kind of want the first thing they see to be their name. Banner, text, banner, header. I'm gonna get rid of that. Text. So I think I want to move this down here. So the deer and a. So you can insert a personalization, a first name, and I usually put there if they haven't given me their first name. Your title here, call to action, no. So I want there to be, yes. So I'm gonna get rid of this button. And we are going to duplicate this and duplicate this again. So I want to put, let's see, style 2, layout, full width, body width, block settings. Nope. Yes, spacing, padding. Oh no, I don't want to fiddle around too much with that. Column layout. No. Yes. Or maybe equal columns. The important decisions here. Sometimes I'm just like, this is why I hate marketing stuff. Oh, honestly. Okay, how do I get this? I want you to go on the other side. Go on. Go on the right side. Nope. Image settings, no. Better. Just literally drag you over here. Nope. Undo. Save block. Replace image. No, come on. Go style 2. Block settings. See, I would have thought it should be in here somewhere, but it's not. So content. Style 1, 2, 3. Yeah, see, I'm just like, logically, you should be able to do this. Design, template, background, text, appearance, no, my content. Oh, come on. Show or hide block with block alignment. Nope. I have no clue how to get this to go on the other side, which is a bad thing. Maybe you literally have to get rid of this. And get rid of this. And get rid of this. Maybe you literally have to do this. This is annoying. Like, that is really annoying. Like I don't want an image this big. Like, that's very annoying. Can I fiddle with this manually? Okay. Looks like that's how you do it. All right, so drop some text here. And oh, no, sorry. The most intuitive thing, this is not like, I mean, it's pretty intuitive, but there are some things which are also like equally unintuitive. Okay, so I want to move this up, and then we're gonna get rid of this block, and I think I'm just gonna have like a final sign off thing here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So chat next time, and then I'm gonna just do a little sign off here, and I do want to I want to set my fonts here. So Arial is fine. I do want to add a web font. So Google provides a whole bunch of web fonts that you can use for free, which I think, oh, look at this. You can actually search this here. Great. Add to list. So I didn't have to do that. I am going to also, where is it? So this is going to be architects order. All of my headings are going to actually be that font, honestly. And I want to add one more font. Oh, that's not available. Noto Sans. This one. This searchy thing is not that great though. So if you actually go to the Google Fonts thing proper, you can actually search by all these different categories. So I just want to find a handwriting font as well, for like the little, sign off your name kind of thing. I've completely forgotten which one I picked before. I think it was like fairly simple. Font properties, slant. I quite like this because you can like search for the slant direction. Oh, I think it was this one, shadows into light. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here, and yeah, that doesn't look quite right. So I'm gonna go in and add shadows into light. Shadows into light too. What is that? Shadows. Hard to tell the difference. This is like probably a little bit more spaced out. I'll just stick with one. Okay. So I'm gonna come over here and keep that as a normal paragraph thing, but I'm just gonna change into this font and make it a little bit bigger. 16, 19, 24, 32. That's a little big. I'll leave it though. Okay, so I've put in the personalizations. Oh, logo. Yes. So, replace. And I will probably upload one. Logo transparent. I think that's right. Oh, almost there. Almost there. We're very close. I can probably close these Canva tabs now and close this one too. Oh. This is where I think if I were to sit down and properly schedule out all of my newsletter content for, let's say, an entire year and just doing like monthly newsletters, it would probably take me at least a day. I don't think I could do it in half a day at least. That just seems like a little bit too much, including writing all of the copy and everything. But I think that would be smart. I should probably try and do a content plan for my newsletter. The other thing Tammi did talk about in her book, and let's see if we can just find it here. Oh, I've forgotten where it was, but I think she did talk about like not calling your newsletter and coming up with like some catchy in thing for it. My goodness, where is it? Was it like the sign up process? It might have been this, or maybe it was in like the first date chapter. Yeah, nope. Nope. Okay, nope, it was not in this chapter. I think it was maybe in the chapter before this. First date. First date. She's got this whole dating metaphor going through the whole thing. Yeah, no. Okay, this is like the whole onboarding process. So that was not what I was thinking about either. But she did say, I think, somewhere in the book, that you should think about calling your newsletter something other than just a newsletter, because nobody wants to get a newsletter necessarily. So I need to think about that. The title I've been throwing around is like the Cat-like Club. I don't know, because alliteration, and I guess it's like a club of sorts in theory. But I'm just like, that's like the first idea of my head. Surely I can do better. I don't know though. We'll see. Oh, okay. Come on. Oh, my internet is just so horribly slow today. Let me try this again. Oh, well, no, that's dead. Replace. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, it did upload. Okay. Oh yeah, see, this was all like my whitelisting stuff and other stuff I've uploaded before. I think I do want to crop this. Just because I've done it like square and I don't actually want it taking up that much real estate on the screen vertically. And there's a bit of padding on the newsletter section anyway, so I might just save that. Yep, I'm going to go with this one. Come on. Is this working? Insert. Oh no, it's gotten rid of the Y. Oh, fail. This is so annoying. Okay. It doesn't like transparency. This is like kind of amazing that it doesn't. I updated. Okay. Header, background, color. I think I made it this color usually. So let's go ahead and change that. Did I? Actually, that kind of looks wrong. Oh, that's not a good sign. All right, my internet does not seem to be coping, so I'm going to maybe save this template while it looks like it wants to save, and I might have to continue this another time. But thank you for joining me on this live stream. And if you're watching this on replay, I hope this was educational for you. If you've got ideas for future live streams, let me know in the comments and I will see what we can do about that. But thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.